In Helldivers 2, the difficulty levels you can choose range from 1, named Trivial, to 9, named Helldiver. Now, this 9th difficulty has become a topic of debate around the community, with a large portion saying that it is way too hard, and now with the developers making it even harder, saying that in fact it was too easy for their liking. It is now a real test of skill and patience, and you might be saying, I'm not gonna ever touch that difficulty, it's too hard for no reason, or I just suck. Hello, Metanaut here, and I'm here to tell you that you do not, in fact, suck. You just need a proper level, experience, but most importantly, know that you need to approach the Helldiver difficulty level with a very different mindset. Okay, Metanaut, what is this grandiose strategy you got for me? Well, I'm glad you asked. Also, know that these are my opinions, and I'm only sharing what has worked for me. Alright, first, I'm gonna start by answering some questions the community has had. At what level should I try Helldive difficulty? I'd say you can start tackling this difficulty at level 15, but if you want to be fully equipped and comfortable, I'd say level 20. But you can also have 2 people be level 7 in your group as long as the other 2 are above 20. What stratagems should I take? In a future video, I'll be creating a tier list that aligns with the philosophy we'll be talking about later in this video. That upcoming video will have a more in-depth explanation on each stratagem to help you understand their applications and effectiveness. But to give you a minor spoiler, all you need is the shield generator pack. Everything else is optional, yes, even the railgun. What is the best weapon to use? So this one is harder to answer, but I will say there really isn't the best one and only, as most guns have their own playstyle to go along with it. But in general, I would say that any gun that has medium armor penetration, or a gun that lets you comfortably dispatch light enemies from far away and close range with ease. As an example, the SMG-37 Defender and the R63CS Diligence Counter Sniper are good contenders. What armor should I use? Well, as of now, all armor stats are broken. With speed being the only impactful stat that can help you, I'd say go with the lightest armor you can find. Right now I'm using the SC30 Trailblazer Scout with 544 speed, but I could see the potential of higher armor rating being important once it gets fixed. If I want to start speculating, I'd say the light armor would still remain good for my playstyle, and heavy armor would be good for people who prefer hunkering down using recoilless rifles, explosives, and lots of offensive stratagems. Do all the tips in this video help fight both factions? Well, while some of these are for the Terminate faction, a lot of the same philosophy applies to the automatons, just to a lesser degree as they can somehow manage to one-shot you from 200 meters away. What boosters should I take? I'd say the 3 most important are Hellpot Space Optimization, Stamina Enhancement, and UAV Recon Booster. Then the last one is more situational. I'll make a booster guide in the future. What should my team composition be? If you're running with a squad of 4, I'd suggest having 2 members to specialize in heavy armor engagement, while the other 2 focus on swiftly handling hordes of lightly or unarmored enemies. For example, you could have 2 grenade launchers, 1 recoilless rifle, and 1 railgun. Now, on to the main topic. How does one approach Helldiver difficulty? Well, since Command doesn't reward you for the number of enemies liberated, but rather the amount of objectives cleared, a methodical and tactical approach when navigating the map is essential. Whenever you encounter a scouting party, it's advisable to either evade them or eliminate them quickly before they detect you.
Bag's empty. Bag's empty.
In cases where detection leads to an outbreak or flare being sent, if we're speaking automatons, instead of engaging in combat, your best strategy is to immediately retreat. Make efforts to break line of sight with the pursuing horde, and utilize weapons and stratagems only for disengaging from the enemy rather than attacking. This leads to my next topic, which is stealth. Believe it or not, stealth is one of the most important unexplored aspects of the game. If you've ever played Metal Gear Solid or any other stealth game where detection leads to more enemies pouring down on you, with the option of hiding until everything goes away.
Must have been the wind.
Well, this is like this. If you see an enemy scouting party, immediately crouch and pass by it unnoticed. This might be a speculation on my part, but it seems that crouching has lower detection rates in my playthroughs. Once you get to a point of interest, make sure to scout around it to see what enemies are camping it. Once intel is gathered, make quick work of all the enemies inside said POI without them calling for help. Then you can just quietly and safely finish that objective and move on to the next one. Next are turret stratagems. These are my favorite stratagems for two reasons. They are my main tool for distracting and thinning down enemy hordes chasing me down, and the fact that dropping turrets into points of interest does not trigger alarms. You can just drop them in there and watch from afar as they get cleared out.
Say hello to democracy!
Deploying sentry.
Now, trying this with defensive stratagems might also work, but I've noticed that they immediately trigger as soon as the beacon is placed, opening up the possibility of an outbreak. Now, if and when you need to defend a point of interest, the main strategy is to juggle enemy aggro between teammates, and to use turret sentries to lure enemies into favorable positions for you. This can even help give you a few seconds of breathing room when being chased down by a Bile Titan. All in all, I hope this video was useful to you, and if you think I missed anything, which I probably did, let me know in the comments. I'll try to do better next time. Anyways, this was Metanaut. See you on the next one.